We're starting like a couple of minutes early, but it's all good. Just checking the weather report. Yeah, we got some thunderstorms. Thunderstorms. What the frick? We had thunderstorms last night, and yeah. So right now, everything is calm. Hopefully, we don't get stormed out. Yeah, the weather report says like something like scattered showers, thunderstorms all weekend. So, all right. So Jack, Ultra Michael, thank you for tuning in. And I'm gonna start the intro. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your girl Ronnie, and welcome to the All That Shi-Banga-Bang podcast, Saturday edition. Yeah, I was supposed to do a podcast episode yesterday, but I had somewhere to be, so I was too busy yesterday. So here we are, Saturday edition, the first ever Saturday edition, might I add. All right, so Alex is here. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so I'm not the other one who had to deal with thunderstorms, so. All right, so let me check something real quick. Okay, so we are live. We are. Okay, definitely, yes. All right, so I did a poll a few days ago asking what you guys wanted me to talk about, and the majority of y'all wanted me to talk about the Angry Eyebrows episode, both original and the reimagining. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. Here I go, have my coffee, my morning coffee. I finally got more coffee creamer. Yeah, because for like a couple of weeks now, I was using milk and sugar, but I finally got some coffee creamer, which simplifies everything. Dang, you have 2 weeks of school left. Yeah, I understand that, like, some people, like, are already out of school. But, yeah, it depends on the school you go to. Alright, so Matt the Cat's here, Junior Boy's here. Hello. And speaking of that, we got Junior Boy Plushie just chilling with us. How are you doing today?
Doing really good.
Aw, he's so cute. He's so cute. Alright, so Ian, hello. Jack Carter, thank you for tuning in. Stand aside and hosting this show.
Stand aside, I'm hosting the show.
Hello, GB Plush here.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what we're going to talk about. So we're talking about... Sorry. Another sip of my coffee. Already out of college, but still got a lot of work to do. Yeah, that's totally fine, totally understandable. Alrighty, so we might as well start off with, well, first and foremost, we got to get some visuals on here. So let me go ahead and like put something up on here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my DeviantArt. Which, by the way, I've done Awful Alvin fan art, like, a whole lot. Alright, so I click on this. Alright. Yeah, looking back at the fan art that I've done, like, over the past couple of years now, it's just super amazing. Oh, I gotta save this one for later. Save this one for later. Ah, this is perfect. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I did this one, I think it was last year I did this one. Is forklift certified. For those of you who don't know, that's a meme, so yeah. Okay, so some of y'all are thinking about getting a summer job. That's great. Using your summertime wisely. That's good. That's good. It's like, JP Plush, what are you doing here? Well, like I said, he's just hanging out with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so might as well start off with where it all started. From the Cartoon Adventure series. So, yep. Get up and down. And then the back side of it. Yep, it's showing up on camera. So, okay, first and foremost, I've told this story a bunch of times, but I have no problem telling it to you guys again. This video was like the first LarryBoy video that I ever seen. Like, the first LarryBoy anything, right? And I caught this on TV once. You know how DirecTV used to have like their pay-per-view movies? I remember this was one of them. Heroes of the Bible was another one. And then there was Lyle the Kindly Viking. Yeah, I remember those being pay-per-view movies at the time. It's like by chance, I got to see this on pay-per-view. And we got to see it like twice, like, and I was sitting there, my grandma Betty, God bless her soul, she had this on the television, and I was just like glued to the TV as I was watching this. It's like, you guys have no idea, like, how this changed my life. Because who was this superhero, and why did he have plunger ears? And who was this villain who kind of looks like a Saturday morning cartoon villain type person? I mean, we'll get to him in a minute. But seeing LarryBoy for the first time, I mean, granted, I've already like seen like I've already grown up with Saturday morning cartoons. I grew up on Cartoon Network, Playhouse, Disney. So I already knew what to expect. So, anyways, I saw this for the first time, and, well, let's go over the story. So, LarryBoy is obviously the superhero of Bumbleberg, and he's able to take out the cheese-eating cow dragon. Try to say that 3 times in a row. Yeah, I got tongue-tied there. I apologize. And I was also trying to suppress a hiccup. Yeah, I did that successfully. So anyways, we find out that it was Herbert and Wally this whole time. They were dressed up in a cow costume and eating people's food. And LarryBoy's like, well, why don't you just eat the cheese instead of throwing it at people? Duh. Well, he doesn't say duh. But in my mind, I was like, he should have said that. Alright, so we get the establishing shot, the establishing scene of LarryBoy being the superhero of Bumbleberg. And then the scene, we pan over to the statue, the golden statue of whatever historical figure. And then the camera pans to deep underground, and we get a shot of Offlowin's cave, and we get to be introduced to the bad guy. And it's like, it's the cheese-eating cow dragon. Oh, I like this. Matt says, it's like when I first got my GameCube and I was addicted to Mario Kart Double Dash. Yes, I grew up on Disney Channel. Because that's kind of where Playhouse Disney is. Like, they have Playhouse Disney, like, during the morning and early afternoon, and then they switch over to Disney Channel. Yeah, that was like a routine type of thing that they would do. Alright, so YYC's in the chat. Hello, welcome. And Michael, it's okay if you're late. That's fine. Alright, so Fairy Tale Heroes here. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat, and lo and behold, we got this. We got the fan art that I did like about a year ago. It's me being forced to dance with Awful Alvin. Like, for some reason I had a dream about this, and it's like, why? Alright, speaking of Awful Alvin, we get him monologuing, vowing vengeance, and threatening to take over Bumbleberg, and then we get him, looking to the camera, and then, like, laughing, and then just, like, flashing lights. It's like, dang, man. And then he introduces us to Lampy, his sidekick, his henchman. And I know I've complained over and over that Lampy is just an inanimate object, and this guy talks to inanimate objects. It's like, imagine if Awful Alvin and Lampy were in Fortnite. Lampy's gonna get that, a little message on the screen, like when they're landing onto the island. And I think I did, like, fan art of that as well. What was it? Me, LarryBoy, and Junior Boy riding the Fortnite bus. Yeah, LarryBoy is driving it. Alright, and you get, like, these messages on the left-hand corner, like, whenever you play Fortnite. It's like, LBF thanked the bus driver. Junior Boy thanked the bus driver. And then down here is like, Awful Alvin checked out early. And then Lampy, I put, Lampy didn't stick the landing. He's like, whenever you fall in Fortnite, you take damage or you get killed off. So, alright. So anyways, Awful Alvin introduces himself, and he introduces Lampy. And this is where we get that villainous dance of villainy. And he dances to disco music. You guys remember that part? You know, that used to weird me out back then. But nowadays, I just laugh. So anyways, the video goes on, and eventually he reveals his plans to release all these angry eyebrows. And this is where we get the lore from the angry eyebrows. It's like, the eyebrows wait until somebody gets angry, and then the eyebrows attach to that person who's angry, and it just like they stay angry. It's like, that's the lore. Well, imagine what they do like years later to that lore. But we'll get to the remake in a little while, okay? I promise you guys. Anyways, Awful Alvin releases his eyebrows into the night, and he's like, fly and seek out anger. It's like good old Wizard of Oz reference. Alright, so the eyebrows attach to people who are angry, and when they're attached to the angry person, like, they stay angry, and eventually it gets out of hand, and then LarryBoy is called to save the day. But the thing is, LarryBoy can't remove him with his anti-eyebrows attachment thingy. And then Awful Alvin confronts him and is like, you can't remove my eyebrows with your useless gadgets. And as long as people stay angry, the eyebrows stay put. Okay, I know that's not verbatim on what the guy says, but trust me on this. It's just like a simplified version, you know? So Awful Alvin has his big ol' angry eyebrows go after LarryBoy and capture him and bring him over to his hoverboard. And this is where things get interesting. Awful Alvin tries to get LarryBoy angry so that he could stick his eyebrows to him. Yeah, that's the part where Awful Alvin bats his stupid eyelashes. It's like, girly eyelashes. It's like, I can bat my eyelashes too, bro. Alright, so where was I? Awful Alvin sticks a popsicle down LarryBoy's back. That doesn't work. Awful Alvin blows a trumpet in LarryBoy's ear. That doesn't work. But you know what really sets LarryBoy off? You know what sets him off? Is having the eyebrows pour chocolate syrup into his Larrymobile. And that's when LarryBoy's like, hey, that's gonna ruin the leather. I was gonna say lever, but it's leather. Duh. And that really pisses him off, and that's when, like, he gets angry eyebrows attached to him, and he's like, ah! It's like spewing out, like, rage and gibberish. It's like, what? When I first saw that as a kid, I was like, okay, what's going on? Okay, for those of you tuning in, thank you for tuning in. No, I put yeah, I mentioned the popsicle going down LarryBoy's back. Yeah, Larry is a janitor at the Daily Bumble. Yeah, I'm kind of skipping through, like, the video, because, like, we're mainly talking about Awful Alvin here. The prototype cover to Angry Eyebrows, I think I've seen it, but I'm not sure. Dance moves are impressive, but it doesn't make him a threatening villain. I know, right? It's like, how are we supposed to take this guy seriously? So anyways, LarryBoy figures out that he has to let go of anger in order to remove these eyebrows. And it works, and the people in Bumbleberg see this, and they do the same thing. But Awful Alvin's not having it, and he sends his eyebrows to chase LarryBoy. And LarryBoy, through, like, he does this Toro thing to lure them into that mushroom lady's, Knit Master 3000 crap or whatever. Yeah, that's a thing in the video. The Knitmaster 3000, which turns hair from drains into nightcaps. I know, it's stupid. This makes Awful Alvin angry. Like when his eyebrows are turned into a huge nightcap. And then the eyebrows turn on him and they capture him. And that's when LarryBoy's like, the nightcap is still attracted to anger. I don't know if that's a real saying or not, but he said it. Yeah, he sent those eyebrows to destroy him. Yeah. Yeah, there's no sugarcoating there. And Awful haven't even said, I'm gonna use my eyebrows to destroy LarryBoy. Okay. Yeah, God wants us to let go of anger. Like I said, clever, hilarious. I'm skimming through the video because we're mainly talking about Awful Alvin here. So, yeah, I haven't really forgotten about the classroom scene. So we're just like, I'm providing a synopsis. Wouldn't be throwing pizza at your faces. Alright, so there's that. So this is pretty much a simplified version of events. You could give Tom Bancroft credit for designing this villain. It was like, when I first saw this villain, I was like weirded out at first, but then it's like so desensitized. Oh, we could read like the description here on the DVD. Working as the mild-mannered janitor at Bumbleberg's newspaper, The Daily Bumble, alongside editor-in-chief Bob the Tomato, cub reporter Junior Asparagus, and a whole host of new veggie friends, which we're not really going to get into. Especially since this doesn't get... This is a synopsis, yeah. Okay, Larry the Cucumber must put on his plungers and fly into action as supervillain Awful Alvin unleashes a swarm of angry eyebrows on this otherwise friendly hamlet. Really, you're going to call Bumbleberg a hamlet? A hamlet is equivalent to a village. Bumbleberg is a city. Get that right. Can LarryBoy convince the townsfolk to let go of their anger in time to stop this menace and his litany of lashes? Yeah, that's what it really says on here, folks. And who will save LarryBoy if he gets up in Awful Alvin's diabolical scheme? Well, we've already established that LarryBoy gets caught with the eyebrows. And then bonus features, hidden Easter eggs, yada, yada. Do you consider Herbert and Wally as knockoff Jimmy and Jerry? I kind of do, yeah. Yeah, that's a fair enough comparison. Yeah, we're basically focusing on the basic plot points. It's like, I don't know what you were expecting, man. It's like I'm trying to make a point, like when it comes to like comparing the two episodes. We're talking about the main points here. I mean, sure, the classroom scenes where Bok Choy talks about the lesson, yeah, that's a plot point, but you gotta understand, I'm trying to build a bridge between the original and the remake. You know what I'm saying? Pizza thrown at the face. Ow! What was that for? Time for Space Corn 2. Seriously, what's Space Corn 2? Are You My Neighbor 2? Alright, so we're having a food fight in the chat. Is that what I'm seeing? But anyways, I'm trying to build a bridge between the two episodes. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm missing out anything. You know? So clever hilarious. I hope you can understand. I hope you can understand. Okay, so... Alright, so I have this DVD, and I also have the Superhero Power Pack, and yeah, the so-called Ultimate Collection, which I did a review of and left a negative review on Amazon. So... Alrighty, so what else? Let's see if I can find like a different fan art. Yeah, first I started off with a sketch, and then I colored the focal point, which is me and Alvin, and then this is the final drawing. Oh my god, this one. This one was what I drew, like because like when Awful Alvin's Grudge, that episode of the VeggieTales Show was a thing back then. It's been like more than a year now since we had our little watch party. Yeah, I was like really excited that I got to be a part of that watch party when we were seeing that episode Awful Alvin's Grudge, and I decided to like draw me, Chicken Studios, Junior Boy, Mr. Vegify, and Quizmaster. Yeah, and I pretended that Awful Alvin has us trapped in his lair, and LarryBoy is supposed to come and save us. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that we had a watch party. Yeah, I think Mr. Vegify couldn't make it, but I decided to add him into this anyways because, yeah, I thought he was pretty cool back then. Yeah, all of this you can find on my DeviantArt page. LarryBoy Fanatic YT. Oh, by the way, I changed my profile picture. Yeah, right there. Here we go, Bowser Fanatic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely proud of this one. I think there's gonna be like... I think I have like different variations of LarryBoy Fanatic because there's LarryBoy Fanatic, there's LarryBoy Fanatic.exe, and now there's this one. Now there's Bowser Fanatic. I mean, there's like so many different versions of Fanatic. It's like, oh my gosh, we're creating a multiverse for LarryBoy Fanatic. Oh my god. It's kind of like the Spidey universe, you know? Yeah, I think Bowser Fanatic has a nice ring to it. I think somebody coined the term on my Discord. They coined the name on my Discord. Alright, so anywho, why don't we go back to some Awful Alvin fan art so that we can talk about the remake of Angry Eyebrows, the so-called reimagining. Alright, let me see if I can find one. Alright, so you guys are having a good time? I sure am. Oh, before we go even further, I have a poll for you guys. So, Alright, there we go. I started a poll. Well, I'm going to start a poll. Today I'm going to be releasing a new video today, right after I get off stream. So I'm asking you guys to guess what the video is going to be talking about. The one I'm going to be releasing today. Okay, so who's the subject of my upcoming video? And then we'll end the poll like towards the end of this stream. How about that? Alright, so let me put in your choices. What else? What else? Okay, we'll go with 4 choices. Alright, so there's your poll. Vote now. And we'll end it like towards the end of this stream. Alright? Alright. Alright, so how are you guys doing? We're doing fine. And so far so good, like when it comes to the weather, because like I said, we had a thunderstorm last night. And my mom was telling me to charge my phone, charge my tablet, just in case the power went out. Luckily, the power did not go out, so we're pretty good. It's going to be a rainy weekend, a rainy Mother's Day weekend. And I hope you guys are doing something for your moms or your mother figures. Yeah, I got a little something planned for my mom tomorrow. So that's all I'm going to say because she might be watching the stream, y'all. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna glance at this poll. Alright. Alright, looking good, looking good. The poll's looking good. We got 4 votes in, and we're still waiting for some more votes. And you got between now and the end of the stream to change your answer if you want to. Well, I think you can. I'm not sure, but grabs a Mountain Dew. You know, I tried Mountain Dew once, and I just couldn't finish the bottle. It's like, I want to be into Mountain Dew, but it's like the taste, and then it's like how much caffeine it has. I need to look for an energy drink that tastes good and is not gonna, like, have me crash sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've heard of Code Blue, Code Red, Whiteout, and there's Baja Blast. It's got all these interesting flavors, but it's like, how am I supposed to like the other flavors if I can't even finish a bottle of Mountain Dew? It's like a regular 20-ounce bottle, not the liter. I can't do that. Alright, so Alright, so we've talked about Angry Eyebrows, the original one. I mean, I definitely recommend watching this. Definitely. Because it's going to introduce you to LarryBoy. And, I mean, I can't say this enough. It's like, even though this series lasted for only 4 videos, you still got to give props to Tom Bancroft for helping make this happen. And it's like, Tom Bancroft is one of the animators that I look up to when it comes to drawing. He's one of my inspirations. In fact, I have an art book that was written by him. Yeah, I think I had that art book, you guys. Let me get it real quick. I think it's like somewhere in that pile over there. So I got something else to show y'all. I got something else. Okay. Alright, so let me, okay, so let me enlarge the screen over here. There's my webcam. Yeah, that's what it's called. Alright, so this is Tom Bancroft's book, Creating Characters with Personality. So I was fortunate enough to get a hold of this book. And you see I got some tabs on here. People text messaging me. Yeah, it's my family. It does this group text or whatever. Hang on. Alright. So my twin sister is sending me a picture of my nieces. Alright, so this, super amazing. I mean, look at that. A step-by-step guide. Look at that. Yeah, and I assume that's a self-portrait of Tom Bancroft. Or, I could be wrong, but hey. Like, that totally describes Tom Bancroft right there, because... Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Awesome Sauce. Didn't even know that was a... It's the VeggieTales Flash game. Oh, I never heard of that one. But anyways, this is a really great book. And like I said, Tom Bancroft is one of my inspirations when it comes to drawing and even animating. Which, by the way, I've tried my hand at animating using Flip-A-Clip. I've heard of Flip-A-Clip through Finn from the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales podcast. Which, by the way, I can't wait for that 100th episode. So, yeah, definitely a shout out to Finn from Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales. Can't wait for that 100th episode. It's going to be really great. I promise you. So, ooh, time for some show and tell before we move on. Now, you know how I remember saying that with my Super Mario Bros. Movie ticket, I was going to frame it? Well, ta-dow. With the glare. So, like, I was finally able to frame it. This might be a little big for the ticket, but hey. I told you guys I was going to frame it. Yeah, because this movie, Super Mario Bros. Movie by Nintendo and Illumination, this was a game changer. This broke box office records, and yeah, I'm so glad that this movie exists. And I can't wait to get it on DVD, like, whenever that happens. Yeah, I framed it because it's like, it's part of history. This is movie history. Yeah, I'm so glad you think that's cool. Oh, and word on the street is Super Mario Bros. Movie is supposed to be streaming on streaming services like Peacock May 16th. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to stream it because I know that takes money a month. It's like, okay, well, I have to pay this much a month? But when you get it on DVD, it's just that one-time payment for the DVD, and boom, there you go. You have it. You own it. Now, December of this year is kind of the placeholder for when it's supposed to come out on DVD. It might come out on DVD sooner than that. But December, they're basically using that as a placeholder. So hopefully, well, you can't rush quality. You gotta think about quality over quantity. Especially when it's a really great movie. I mean, to hell with what the critics are saying. Listen to what the audience are saying. I mean, if you're a fan of Nintendo, if you're a fan of Super Mario Bros., then you're gonna love this movie. Yes, Ultra Michael, it surpassed the two Sonic movies. And didn't it surpass Detective Pikachu, that movie also? And you know what? There's like a I've heard about this. There's a story where the Disney CEO Eisner, I think that's his name, the Disney CEO wrote on Twitter congratulating the Super Mario Bros. Movie for being a success. I mean, that's something you don't see every day. Disney complimenting other animation studios. Because usually Disney wants to come out on top, you know? They always want to come out on top, but with the movies that they're putting out lately, they're not doing as good. Like, yeah, they're getting beat out by Illumination and DreamWorks. DreamWorks, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, that was a really good movie. Yeah, we gotta remember that as well. Yeah, Mario beats Disney. Alright, so running a bit low on something to drink here. Oh, I've heard of that. Though I saw that on a meme where Mickey Mouse himself congratulates the Mario movie. Oh, there's like a video where the thumbnail has Mickey Mouse being all upset. Meanwhile, in the background, you see Mario and Puss in Boots splitting the revenue, splitting dollar bills with each other. I forgot what video that was, but that basically sums up what's going on. It's like if PlayStation congratulated Xbox. Definitely. Take care of DVDs and don't let it get scratched. We'll take that up. Yeah, I will take you up on that. Because this DVD I take care of my DVDs a whole lot. Especially my LarryBoy and the Bad Apple DVD, because that's one of my prized possessions. There's like no scratch on here. Absolutely no scratches. So I take care of my DVDs. And the Super Mario Bros. Movie would make a really charming addition to my collection of DVDs. So yeah, I'm going to wait until it comes out on DVD. Unless I get a little bit of spending cash for my birthday. Then maybe I'll get a subscription to Peacock so that I can watch a Super Mario Bros. Movie as many times as I want. 20 years and no scratches. I actually got this DVD when I was in high school, so it was like maybe, I think I was 13 years old when I got this. So, let me think. Like about 15, 16 years ago, so 15 to 16 years, no scratches. Thank God. Alright, so I think I'll make another poll narrowing down the 3 choices. Yeah, how about we do that? Got a lot of scratch DVDs now. I hunt them at Goodwill. Yeah, you can find a lot of great stuff, a lot of great treasures at Goodwill, Salvation Army, any kind of thrift store. Yeah, I like to keep you guys at suspense. I'll tell you this, though, it's not about gaming. So I'm gonna have you guys vote again. Yeah, the responses are pretty good. I mean, yeah, I like seeing y'all's votes and being like, are they really gonna believe that? Are they really gonna choose that? Okay. I can't believe that the Super Mario Bros. Movie DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K Ultra releases come out on New Year's, according to Amazon. I wonder if they'll change the release date or not. Well, like I was saying, Jack Carter, from what I understand, New Year's is a placeholder. In other words, it's not set in stone just yet. So it could be an earlier release date. It could be New Year's. We never know. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But as soon as I hear news about it, I will be more than happy to tell you guys. I'll be more than happy to share the knowledge that I have. But until then, we're stuck with this information that Super Mario Bros. Movie is going to be on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K sometime in December. Again, December is a placeholder. Remember that. Because it could change. They could... I got tongue-tied again. They could pull a miracle out of their ass and say, hey, this is the new release date. We're releasing it early. Yeah, I think the soundtrack is like you can find it on YouTube and just listen from there. You can just listen from there. Alright. enough talk about Super Mario Bros. We got to go back to the main thing here, which is Angry Eyebrows. So we might as well talk about the reimagining of Angry Eyebrows. But before we do that, I think it's time for a brief intermission. So we'll go ahead and do that. So be right back, y'all. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Alright, so I was done with my coffee, and now I got some Coca-Cola. Oh, sorry. I pulled up the wrong thing. I was like, not yet! Alright, there we go. So, okay. Well, I might as well go back to the, I might as well go back to my webcam. So, Let me fix this real quick. Alright. Alright, hello again. Alright, what's this? Can't even tell the difference between Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Drive-In. Well, one of them is a character, and the other one is a restaurant. So I hope it sums it up there. But anyways, guys, as promised, we're going to be talking about the so-called reimagining of Angry Eyebrows. And this is from the VeggieTales Show. We're talking about the VeggieTales reboot. Which, by the way, you can watch on Yippee. Which, by the way, I don't have a subscription to anymore because it's like they're not doing any more VeggieTales content. It doesn't seem like. And yada yada yada. So. But anyways, I did a review on the LarryBoy episodes. You can check them out anytime y'all want. So, Angry Eyebrows Trouble. Let's start from the beginning. And it's going to be simplified just like the original Angry Eyebrows video that I've talked about. Okay, you still have Yippee to this day. Great job. Great job. Alright, let's start from the beginning. So there's like a happiness parade in this version. And it's like, okay, whatever. And people are voting to see who the Grand Marshal's gonna be. And then out of nowhere, Awful Alvin is planning on creating a distraction so that he can go into City Hall and switch out the votes or whatever. Switch out the boxes to make him the winner of the Grand Marshal Parade, whatever. So he creates a distraction, trying to knock out Mr. Nezer's air balloon or whatever. And then LarryBoy gets called in, and LarryBoy manages to save Mr. Nezer and Khalil from the air balloon accident or whatever. So, the mayor and Officer Scooter find out that the votes were switched out. And get this, like, Awful Alvin leaves a note for them, basically saying, I was the one that switched out the ballots. Love, Awful Alvin. Oh, yeah, first and foremost, Awesome Sauce. Awesome Sauce has a really good point here. My opinion on the Angry Eyebrows Trouble. I mean, it's alright. Like, not the best 3D version of the original Angry Eyebrows, but it's definitely a lot better than the other new LarryBoy episodes. Yeah, true to that. Definitely. Yeah, let's talk about the CG version of Awful Alvin for a sec. When I first saw the trailer, I was going to say teaser trailer, but there's only one trailer to Angry Eyebrows Trouble. When I first saw that trailer and reacted to it, it's like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's like Awful Alvin going from hand-drawn to CG. He was going to be in that episode? I mean, granted, when I first saw, like, the title of the episode, LarryBoy and the Angry Eyebrows Trouble, it's like, I didn't think too much of it. It was like, oh my god, they're joking. It's like, what are they talking about? And then I saw Awful Alvin, and it's like, pew! And we just witnessed history in LarryBoy Anything and Everything. That's why I coined the term LarryBoy Multiverse, because it's no longer a universe. Awful Alvin is the bridge between Cartoon Adventures and VeggieTales. Yeah, VeggieTales, the CG. like, worlds are merging. Yes! That's what it is, folks. So that's basically what happened, and I watched the episode on Yippee. I did a review on it. Y'all can check that out, like I said. But this was just mind-blowing. Like, first impressions of Awful Alvin being a CG. Like, they got his character design really good. But some of it is, like, a little stiff. I think they made him, like, a little stiffer. Like, the traditional hand-drawn version of him is, like, he was, like, more lively, more animated. But in the CG version, it was, like, made him a little stiff and kind of reminded me of Gumby. You guys heard of Gumby? That stop-motion show? That's what it totally reminded me of. But anyways, Awful Alvin realizes that his switching out the votes didn't work because LarryBoy gets elected as Grand Marshal of the Happiness Parade. So Awful Alvin decides to take it a step further by recruiting his angry eyebrows. So he decides to test out one of his angry eyebrows on Jimmy, and it works. So that gives him more of a reason to release his angry eyebrows onto Bumbleberg. But how he explains it, though, is like he had more emotion and more charisma in the original Cartoon Adventures video rather than this one. It's like, use a chalkboard to explain what I'm showing you guys. Instead of pulling out an angry eyebrow and just showing it to you guys as if I'm showing you guys a bird or something. Like how the eyebrow was perched onto his arm in the original. I thought that was creepy as heck. But now it's like, oh no, it's a lecture. Get a chalkboard drawing and it's like, call it a day. Oh, and by the way, the voice acting for Awful Alvin in the Angry Eyebrows Trouble episode, Sean Chiplock. Which, by the way, Finn from Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales podcast actually invited to the podcast. It's like, Finn actually did an interview with Sean Chiplock. I saw that podcast episode and I was like, wow, that's so amazing. And I think I told you guys this before, like in a video or a live stream. Sean Chiplock is basically, well, he may be a voice actor, but he's a freelancer. He's also a freelancer. He does voice work, like, whenever he gets called to. So it's not like a full-time position or whatever. It's not like a 9-to-5 job for him. It's like he receives clients and they put you on a contract. So basically, when he was doing voice work for the VeggieTales Show, like, he did not know, like, what the original Awful Alvin looked like or sounded like until Finn showed him a clip of Awful Alvin dancing in the Cartoon Adventure series. And that totally blew my mind. That blew my mind. It's like just seeing Sean Chiplock react to the villainous dance of villainy and trying to emulate the Awful Alvin in that one. And that made me realize that voice acting freelancers, when you work for a company or client, they don't tell you as much. Like, they They just have you like do a job and then that's it. So that's basically what Sean Chiplock had to deal with. So yeah, it's still mind-blowing, like to this day, that Sean Chiplock didn't know what Awful Alvin was originally like until Finn showed him. So yeah, I thought that was a real genuine reaction. Alright, so I'm looking at the poll here. Alright, interesting. We'll keep it up for a little bit longer. Alright, so anyways, Sean Chiplock voices Awful Alvin in the remake. In the VeggieTales Show. So Awful Alvin in the remake releases his eyebrows. But here's the thing, guys. And get ready to be mad or pissed off or whatever. And I've even talked about it in the review. You want to know what that is? Okay, you ready? They screwed up the Angry Eyebrows lore. For real. Because in the original Angry Eyebrows episode, the eyebrows wait until someone gets angry before they attach to the forehead, right? But in Angry Eyebrows Trouble, they don't do that. What they do is, like, they attach to you, and all of a sudden you get mad. And I'm sitting there like, that's not how the eyebrows work. And I was like, did they really screw up the lore? I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be a reimagining. But for a lore that's happened, that's been around for over 20 years, and you decide to screw up that, I mean, it's just devastating. Alright, so... Alright, give me one moment. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, I had to mute the mic because I had a phone call. Yeah, that was why I muted the mic. Sorry about that, folks. Anyways, Tian, hello. Preston, hello. Okay, here's another good point from 1-800-AWESOME-SAUCE. The victims need to have a reason to be angry in order for the eyebrows to attach to them. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And they screwed that up. They screwed that up in Angry Eyebrows Trouble. So eventually, Mayor Blueberry gets mad and Officer Scooter gets mad. Why? Because the eyebrows attach to them and they get mad for no reason. Even LarryBoy is like surprised at this. and he gets his Grand Marshal privileges taken away. So, yeah, that basically makes no sense. Like, for somebody to get mad at you all of a sudden. So, there's some point where LarryBoy confronts Awful Alvin in his lair. But then Awful Alvin's like, well, how does it feel for the mayor to fire you as Grand Marshal just to get him upset? It's like, really? Now you're trying to, like, bring back the lore? You're trying to bring back the lore that somebody has to be angry in order for the eyebrows to do their work? It was like, dude, that ship has sailed. It was like, the minute you attach the eyebrows to somebody and make them mad like that, it's like you butchered your own lore. But then again, these are different writers that we're talking about, so I don't think they ever watched the original Eyebrows episode. Anger Eyebrows episode. I was like, they never watched the original source material. Taste the wrath of my angry eyebrows. Okay, so eventually, oh my god, like, the next scene, it cuts to LarryBoy back in the Larry cave. So, yeah, we just went from Awful Alvin's lair to the Larry cave. And they're trying to figure out how to stop these eyebrows. And LarryBoy is upset and trying to get them off. And then they realize that Awful Alvin's the only one that's happy and calm. And Alfred is also calm as well. And LarryBoy's like, how do you stay calm? And this is when Alfred talks about his grandma Gherkin. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, I mean, there's something new that I can get behind. Like his grandma Gherkin talking about how to stay calm and not be angry. And they reference Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32. I thought that was a pretty good verse. Oh, and there's like a simple rhyme that Alfred teaches LarryBoy. When anger comes and takes control, bless each other, let anger go. I thought that was a pretty good rhyme. But then again, it's like you still can't get over the fact that they ruined the lore of the Angry Eyebrows. A lore that's been around for over 20 years. Okay, here's another one. Not only that, the producers don't even care. They just did their own thing instead of listening to fans and watching the original source material. Yeah, that's the truth of it, you know? So, LarryBoy decides to take Alfred's advice. He lets go of anger. The eyebrows leave him. So he decides to go back into town and convince Mayor Blueberry and Officer Scooter to let go of their anger by speaking a blessing to each other. In other words, say something good about the person who upset you. I mean, that's a good strategy, but again, the lore, like how they got those eyebrows in the first place. It still bugs me. Alright, so this strategy works, and LarryBoy convinces the town to do the same, to speak a blessing on the person that upset them. Yeah, that's far enough. We'll get to that in a moment, Preston. Alright, so this strategy works, and the whole town is free from the eyebrows' influence. But they're like still up in the sky or whatever, so LarryBoy uses the Larrymobile to turn it into the Larry plane, and that's when the eyebrows form a bigger eyebrow. when I first saw that, it's like, okay, maybe that explains why there is a big angry eyebrow in the original source material. I mean, that would have explained it. So he manages to capture all the eyebrows by separating them and putting them in this big old net that the Larrymobile has. So he comes back down to Earth, and that's when Awful Alvin confronts him, saying, "That's far enough." I actually did like a couple of videos making fun of that. One of them was like, you know that one of Daffy Duck? "Hey, come here. Give me a close-up. A close-up." And it zooms in. It's like, "Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin." Alright, I'm gonna change up the poll one more time, y'all. And I'm gonna narrow it down to 2 options. It's like, are you sure? That was the YTP I made. Yes. That was hilarious. Okay, guys. I'll tell you this. I apologize, but it's not VeggieTales related. Here's the final poll. I like to make you guys laugh. Oh, check this out, Preston. "How come I don't return to 3D? "Well, if you weren't such a mama's boy, then we would have gotten something for you. We could have seen you in the VeggieTales show, but since the writers are Neanderthals, oh well." Okay, so the confrontation between Awful Alvin and LarryBoy. And if you look at the angles that they have, like when it comes to them two being on screen at the same time, it's like, how come the villain is taller than the villain? No, the villain's taller than the hero. It's like LarryBoy is like this, and then Awful Alvin's like that. It's like, what? The proportions are so stupid, you know? Well, that's okay, Awesome Sauce. You can choose Bowser on the poll, on this poll, this new poll that I put out. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, so confrontation. So, Awful Alvin is clearly upset that LarryBoy ruined his plans again. "I am outraged that you ruined my plans to turn Bullyburg into an angry place." So that's when LarryBoy gets the idea. Well, Alfred tells him to get Awful Alvin mad in order to trap him. Oh, and this next part, legitimately made me laugh. I mean, seriously. LarryBoy is like, what was it? Is outrage the same thing as angry? And then Awful Alvin's like, "Of course, the two are synonyms." And then LarryBoy's like, "Synonyms? Like in cinnamon toast?" Then Awful Alvin's like, "No, that's cinnamon. I said synonym. The opposite of antonym. Auntie M, I know her. She's Dorothy's aunt." "Not Auntie M. Antonym. Synonym and antonym can be found in the thesaurus." A thesaurus? I don't know if I like that. I'm afraid of dinosaurs. And let me tell you guys, that really sets off off. You gotta beat them with stupidity, basically. But to be fair, even in the original Angry Eyebrows episode, Offlavan was a little taller than LarryBoy. Yeah, kind of like this. But nothing like this. I mean, geez Louise, macaroni and cheese. So that bit of stupidity helps, and Offlavan is captured by his own eyebrows, and he gets sent off into the sunset. Like, to who knows where. And for some reason, he ends up in a jail cell in Offlavan's grudge. Think about that. Alright, so now that we covered both versions, we need to talk about, like, what worked and what didn't work. I mean, I appreciate Offlavan coming back. Like, even though it's, like, CG. It's like, that was something that I never thought would happen. To see Offlavan go from hand-drawn 2D animation to CG animation. It's like, the VeggieTales Show made it happen. They made it happen. Well, you know, the Milk Money Bandit should try and asking, do you yield? And I'm going to tell him to his face, like LarryBoy does, I do not. And then throw him off a building. Alright, Offlavan's grudge. I mean, that episode was okay. I mean, it's great to see, like, it was great to see Alvin, like, in a different type of story rather than a reimagining. Uh-huh. Even calls Lampy for help. Lampy, help me! Don't just stand there! It's like, I thought that was funny. It's like, Lampy is gonna do nothing but stand there. I was like, you idiot. Alright, so it's been about like a year or two since I covered, I think it was in 2021 when Awful Alvin came back in Angry Eyebrows trouble. And then in 2002 was Awful Alvin's Grudge. It's like they gotta have like a DVD collection for the LarryBoy episodes of the VeggieTales Show. I mean, come on, where the heck is that? Where the heck is that, VeggieTales? I want a DVD collection of it. I don't care if they're good or bad. I need it in my LarryBoy collection. Where is it? Where? And you know, starting a petition's one thing, but yeah. The way petitions work nowadays is like, they don't work. I mean, this is an opportunity to make money. It's like, we're giving you the tools, we're giving you like suggestions on how to make money and how to make more products. This is an idea. You can take it. You can have it. You can make more money besides the streaming service. It's like, they don't know what they're doing. And they think that the podcast, the VeggieTales podcast, is going to save their butts. But apparently it didn't, and I did a review on it, and Junior Boy reacted to pretty much all the episodes of the podcast. Kudos to him. It's like, come on, LarryBoy is where the money is at. And that's another thing. We need a movie of LarryBoy. I mean, seriously. And I know there's that IMDb page of untitled VeggieTales movie. But it's like, that tells me nothing. Like, there's nothing of importance. It's just like an IMDb page. I mean, it's barren. So, I don't trust it. Newsflash, complete failure. Yeah, that's the podcast. How would you like a LarryBoy tier list? Yeah, I might do that in the future, but yeah, I got other important things, and plus I got a video that's coming out today, like once I get off stream here. And speaking of that, let's look at the poll real quick. Alright, an interesting, okay, the poll looks really interesting. We got 6 votes in, and we'll leave it up for a few more minutes, and then I stop the poll there. But anyways, the Angry Eyebrows episode, the original and remake. As much as I enjoyed watching the remake, you know, I'm still gonna go back to the original, because the original was the one I grew up with, so it has a special place in my heart. Yeah, the original Angry Eyebrows episode was my introduction to LarryBoy. Period. Okay, I see. I love the original fib. Number 1 for me. Good for you. Rumor Wade and Dave and the Giant Pickle. So, yeah, I mean, there's no changing the fact that I'm always going to go back to the remake. No, to the original. I wouldn't mind going back to the remake, but the original is where my heart is. Because of the nostalgia, because of the introduction to one of the best superheroes I know and love. The period thing is overrated. What can you do? So yeah, I think we had a pretty good discussion on both the original and remake. So, okay. Okay, so what do you think about the original Angry Eyebrows?
It was good.
Okay, what about the remake?
They screwed up on the lore.
Thank you, I agree. Alright, so I think we covered pretty much everything that has to do with like the original Angry Eyebrows and the remake. I mean, I'll definitely watch the remake again, but I'm just telling you, I'm just throwing it out there. My heart belongs to the original. But ultimately, my heart belongs to LarryBoy and the Bad Apple. Point blank, period. Ooh, I said it again. Alright, so let's end the poll. What do you guys are saying? What do you guys say? Okay, the majority of y'all are calling for Bowser. I might not. The video might talk about him, or might not talk about him. You'll find out in a few minutes, because I have the video up. I have the video in private. I set it on private. And as soon as I get off stream here, I'm going to make the video public. And you'll see if whether or not I talk about Bowser. So how about it? You guys get a video in addition to this live stream. Alright, so anywho, those are my thoughts on Angry Eyebrows and Angry Eyebrows Trouble. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the show, there is Patreon and there is becoming a channel member. Okay, let me put the end screen. There we go. I love this end screen, by the way. I made this on Canva, which, by the way, it's free to use. You don't have to get the premium version if you don't want to. The free version works just fine, and it allows you to make something like this. Alright, so there's my YouTube. You could also follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and DeviantArt, and all that Shi-Banga-Bang. And I'm also doing art commissions. Which, by the way, I've posted a couple of art commissions, and yeah, it's pretty good. So far, so good. I'm doing really, business is booming. Business is booming when it comes to art commissions. Oh, I got a frappe. Yummy, yummy. So if you want an art commission from yours truly, be sure to DM me on Instagram, DeviantArt, or even write in the comments. So, oh, and by the way, Mother's Day is tomorrow. Mother's Day is tomorrow. I hope you do something with your mom or somebody who resembles a mom to you. Just have a great weekend. Just have a great weekend, you guys. And this is your girl Ronnie, also known as the LarryBoy Fanatic. The eyes and plunger ears of the LarryBoy multiverse. And stay tuned for another video in a few minutes. Alright, that's our show. See you guys.
Bye-bye.